Hello everyone, let us cover dermatology in this video. Okay, so very important topic from this dermatology series, we will cover that. So first thing, skin is the largest organ of the body. Okay, skin is the largest organ of the body. Next, epidermal proliferation time or skin doubling time is 4 weeks. So how many weeks? 4 weeks. Epidermal proliferation time and skin doubling time is 4 weeks. Next, skin is composed of epidermis and dermis. Now, number 1, epidermis. What are the layers of epidermis? There are total 5 layers, okay, in epidermis. First layer is stratum corneum. It is the most superficial layer and cornified or horny cells are present here, okay, horny cell layer. Thickest, stratum corneum is thickest on the palm and thinnest on the eyelids and prepuce. Ringworm lives in this layer. So this is the important point. Ringworm lives in this layer. The first layer is stratum corneum. Second layer, stratum lucidum. Now stratum lucidum is only present in palm and soles. Stratum lucidum is only present in palms and soles. Next, stratum granulosum. Number 4 is stratum spinosum. Stratum spinosum is very important. Number 4th layer is very important. Prickle cell layer. Stratum spinosum is also known as prickle cell layer. It contains desmosomes and Langerhans cells. What are Langerhans cells? They are antigen presenting cells. They are antigen presenting cells which are derived from bone marrow and they are found in the prickle cell layer or stratum spinosum. Okay, so this layer contains desmosome and Langerhans cells and it provides what? It provides mechanical strength to the skin. It provides mechanical strength to the skin. Last layer is the 5th layer, stratum basale or stratum germinatum. It is the deepest layer and mitotic activities are most intense here. Acantholytic cells of Pemphigus vulgaris are derived from these layers. Okay, so from the acantholytic cells of Pemphigus vulgaris are derived from this layer. So in epidermis there are total 5 layers. Number 1, the most superficial layer is stratum corneum. Okay, stratum corneum, and it is thickest on the palm and thinnest on the eyelid and prepuce. And stratum lucidum is present only in palms and soles. Stratum granulosum, the 4th important layer is stratum spinosum, prickle cell layer. It contains desmosome and Langerhans cells. It provides mechanical strength to the skin. The number 5th, the basalis, the stratum basal or stratum germinatum, it is the deepest layer and here mitotic activities are more intense, and acantholytic cells of Pemphigus vulgaris, these are derived from these layers. Next, important cells in epidermis. Number 1 is melanocytes. Melanocytes is dendritic cells of the basal layer. Melanocyte is what? They are dendritic cells. Dendritic cells of the basal layer. Okay, so melanocytes, one important point. Next, number 2, Langerhans cells. Langerhans cells, as I told you earlier, it is antigen presenting cell. Langerhans cell is antigen presenting cell which is derived from bone marrow and it is found in the prickle cell layer. Okay, so this is also important. It is found in prickle cell layer. One MCQ is framed from this question. Next, question number 3, Merkel cells. Merkel cells are also found in prickle cell layer and they are slow adapting mechanoreceptors. Slow adapting mechanoreceptor which is found in prickle cell layer. Now next important structure in the skin is dermis. Dermis contains of 2 layers, papillary layer and reticular layer. Reticular layer is composed of collagen fibers. Okay, so dermis consists of 2 layers, papillary layer and reticular layer. And reticular layer consists of collagen fibers, and which type of collagen? Mainly type 1 and type 3. So type 1 and type 3 collagen is found. Also in dermis, elastin and proteoglycans are found. Next, important glands in the skin. So total 5 glands are mentioned here. Number 1, apocrine gland. Apocrine gland are the sweat glands present in the axilla, groin and mammary gland. So apocrine gland is the sweat gland which is present in axilla, groin area and mammary gland. Moving on to the next, number 2, holocrine gland is a sebaceous gland. Holocrine gland is a sebaceous gland. Number 3, ecrine or merocrine gland. Ecrine or merocrine gland, sweat gland on palms and soles. So very important, on palms, I'm sorry about the drawing, on palms and soles, ecrine glands are found. Okay, They are also known as merocrine glands. So very important. Holocrine is for sebaceous gland. Remember that. Modified sweat gland is what? Ceruminous and ciliary glands. Modified sweat glands includes ceruminous and ciliary gland. And modified sebaceous gland includes meibomian glands. Okay, so this was all about important glands in the skin or the body, skin of the body. Next, terminology used in dermatology. So one question is framed from this particular section. So hyperkeratosis. Hyperkeratosis is what? Hyperkeratosis is it's increased thickening of the stratum corneum. So stratum corneum, which is the most superficial layer of the epidermis, so that is increased in the thickening. Thickness is increased. Okay, so increased thickening of the stratum corneum is known as hyperkeratosis. Number 2, parakeratosis. Parakeratosis is presence of immature nucleated cells. So immature nucleated cells in stratum corneum. So immature nucleated cells is parakeratosis. Number 3 is dyskeratosis. Dyskeratosis is premature keratinization of epidermal cell. Premature keratinization of epidermal cells. Number 4, acanthosis. Acanthosis is increased thickening of prickle cell layer. Okay, so acanthosis is prickle cell layer ka increased thickening due to stimulation of basal layer. Next, acantholysis. Acantholysis is loss of cohesion. Loss of cohesion. So this important word is loss of cohesion between what? Between the epidermal cells, seen in all type of pemphigus. Next, green zone. It is a clear zone between the epidermis and dermal lesions. It is a clear zone present between the epidermis and dermal lesion. Next important point is foam cell. What do you understand by foam cell? They are lipid laden macrophages containing dead lepra bacilli. So lipid laden macrophage, they are type of macrophage, lipid laden macrophage, and containing dead lepra bacilli. Next, last, spongiosis. Spongiosis is accumulation of the fluid. Accumulation of the fluid between the epidermal cells, seen in acute eczema. Acute eczema. Okay, so I will once again revise this. So the first is hyperkeratosis, increased thickening, okay, of the stratum corneum. Parakeratosis, premature, immature, presence of immature nucleated cells in the corneum, stratum corneum. Next, dyskeratosis, premature keratinization. Dyskeratosis is presence of premature keratinization of epidermal cells. Acanthosis is increase in the thickening of that prickle cell layer. Acantholysis is loss of cohesion between the epidermal cells, seen in pemphigus. Foam cell is lipid laden macrophage containing dead lepra bacilli. Spongiosis is accumulation of fluid between the epidermal cells, which is seen in acute eczema. Now moving on, type of skin lesions. So one question is framed from this topic. Now two type of skin lesion, two main category. First is flat lesion, next is elevated lesion. So flat lesion macules less than 2 centimeter colored, patch is more than 2 centimeter. So macule is this, okay, and patch is this. So macule is less than 2 centimeter and patch is more than 2 centimeter, and both of them, they are colored, okay. Next, purpura. Purpura is what? It is extravasation of RBC into the skin, blanches on pressure. Okay, so purpura is what? Extravasation of RBC in the skin and which blanches on pressure. Next, telangiectasia. It is permanent dilatation of superficial vessels. So if this is the skin and this is the superficial vessels, so they become permanently dilated. Okay, so permanent dilatation of the superficial vessels is known as telangiectasia. So this is about flat lesion. Now for elevated lesion, let us study that. So elevated lesion, very important. This number is very important. Okay, so the papule. Papule is what? When less than 1 centimeter, it is papule and it is solid. Okay, less than 1 centimeter. Nodule is 1 to 5 centimeter. Tumor is what? It is more than 5 centimeter. Okay, and they are all of these three, they are solid. So starting with papule, less than 1 centimeter solid, nodule 1 to 5 centimeter solid, tumor more than 5 centimeter solid. Next, plaque. Plaque is what? It is more than 1 centimeter flat topped, more than 1 centimeter flat topped. Vesicle less than 1 centimeter fluid filled, and bulle is more than 1 centimeter fluid filled. Okay, so remember about vesicle and bulle. Less than 1 centimeter Fluid filled vesicle. More than 1 centimeter fluid filled bullae. And pustule is what? Vesicle when it is filled with leukocyte, WBC. So that is pustule. Okay. And plaque is more than 1 centimeter flat top. This is important question. Plaque. Remember, more than 1 centimeter flat top. So this is all about skin lesions. Now next, very important, diagnostic techniques. Okay. So diagnostic technique, one question is framed, frequently asked PYQ from this important topic. So diagnostic technique number 1 is T-Zank smear. So T-Zank smear is most commonly used in, first is herpes virus. Okay, so remember T-Zank smear, it is the most common used in the diagnosis of herpes virus, and it will show what? It will show multinucleated giant cells. So if the smear is taken, it will show multinucleated giant cell for herpes virus. And it is also used in pemphigus, where it shows acantholysis. So T-Zank smear is used in 2 cases, herpes virus and pemphigus. Okay, next, Wood's lamp. So one question is asked from this particular topic, Wood's lamp. So Wood's lamp generate 316 nanometer UV rays black. Okay, so it generates 360 nanometer UV rays black, and it is used in these many skin diseases. Okay, so number 1, erythrasma. Okay, so in erythrasma it will produce coral red color. In Pseudomonas wounds it will produce pale blue color. Tinea capitis yellow color. Porphyra cutaneous tarda pink red color. Porphyra pink red color. Okay, Porphyra cutaneous tarda pinkish red color. Tinea versicolor pale yellow, and Tinea capitis is proper yellow color, but Tinea versicolor is pale yellow. Now ash leaf spots. Okay, so in all these conditions, wood lamp is used, and it generates 360 nanometer UV rays black color, and it is used in all these conditions: erythrasma coral red color, Pseudomonas wound pale blue color, Tinea capitis proper yellow color, Porphyra pink red color, Tinea versicolor pale yellow, and ash leaf spot. So this is all about Wood's lamp. Okay, T-Zank smear is for herpes and pemphigus. Next, patch test. So patch test is used for skin hypersensitivity reaction test. Okay, so it is a delayed type, and it is used in diagnosis of contact dermatitis. Okay, so we do patch test, very commonly done, है ना? Patch test, it is used in the diagnosis of contact dermatitis, and the result is read after 48 hours, that is 2 days. So this question read after how many days? 2 days. Okay, next, so very important question, Koebner phenomena. So this particular topic is very important. So Koebner phenomena is also known as isomorphic phenomena, and what is this? It is a development of lesion in traumatic skin. So Koebner phenomena is development of lesions in traumatic skin, and it is most common, the site is elbow and knees. Okay, so elbow and knees. Next, it is seen in psoriasis, lichen planus, lichen sclerosus, vitiligo, Kaposi sarcoma. So vitiligo is important, right? Kaposi sarcoma, Psoriasis rubra, and necrobiosis lipodica. So all these condition, Koebner phenomena, also known as isomorphic phenomena. It is also known as isomorphic phenomena. So it is seen in psoriasis, lichen planus, vitiligo, lichen sclerosus, and Kaposi sarcoma, also Psoriasis rubra, and necrobiosis lipodica. So this name is frequently asked in the exam. Okay, and it is seen where, what is the site? Which site is most common site seen? Elbow and knee. Okay, and development of lesion in the traumatic skin. What is Koebner's phenomena is what? Development of lesions in traumatic skin. Now pathergy is a similar response seen in pyoderma gangrenosum and Behçet syndrome. So one important response which is known as pathergy. So pathergy test is seen in 2 conditions. It is Behçet syndrome and pyoderma gangrenosum and Behçet syndrome. So Koebner phenomena, right? and I have written here vitiligo, Kaposi sarcoma, and this condition. Next is Nikolsky sign. So important, Nikolsky sign is what? It is sliding lateral pressure from a finger on normal looking epidermis can dislodge and detach the epidermis in condition with intraepidermal defects. It demonstrates severity of skin fragility. So this is a very important test. So when we apply lateral pressure from our finger, okay, so if this is the skin and if we apply lateral pressure here, so on the normal looking epidermis we are applying here lateral pressure, so it will do what? It will detach and dislodge the epidermis. Okay, so it shows what? It shows severity of skin fragility. So this is important test, Nikolsky sign, and it is positive in pemphigus porphyra, so PP. Okay, pemphigus porphyra and toxic epidermal necrolysis, toxic 10 है ना, toxic epidermal nephrolysis. Next, staphylococcal scalded skin syndrome, so very important. So Nikolsky sign is positive in porphyra and in pemphigus, okay, and in toxic epidermal necrolysis. So epidermis is injured here, तो यहाँ पे Nikolsky sign is present, it is positive. And also staphylococcal scalded skin syndrome, so skin syndrome is there na, so skin syndrome, skin fragility is lost, so this will be positive, staphylococcal scalded skin syndrome. So remember the example of Nikolsky sign. Now next we move Auspitz sign. Auspitz sign is what? Removal of scale. If we remove the scale, it will cause pinpoint bleeding. So very important, Auspitz sign is removal of scale causes pinpoint bleeding. Most commonly it is seen in psoriasis. Auspitz sign is seen in psoriasis. Next, Pierce sign. Pierce sign is what? Collection of fluid in lower part of blister cavity. So if this is a blister cavity, so collection of fluid is there. So it is seen in pemphigus. Pemphigus is seen in Pierce sign is seen in pemphigus. Next, Shekla-Koff sign. It is a pinpoint bleeding spot on peeling of the remnant of blister. If we peel the blister, and there is pinpoint bleeding. So it is seen in subepidermal bulla. Pierce sign is for pemphigus. Auspitz sign for psoriasis. So this is all about the diagnostic test, which is important diagnostic test seen in skin diseases, various skin diseases.